Do you know, I cannot even begin to describe the savagery of this battle. In the east corner of the battlefield, Mahishasur was attacking Indra with one weapon after another in such quick succession that the flustered god could barely keep up with defending himself. In the north corner, the demon Andhak was a horrible, horrible demon, and Andhak was attacking Vishnu as viciously as possible. They say Vishnu and Andhak fought for 50 days, without pausing even for a second, but neither could subdue the other. In the south corner, YAMARAJ, the god of death, was fighting the demon TRINETRA of the 3 eyes and the 6 hands. In another corner, KUBERA, the god of the jewels, was fighting the demon MAHA. HANU was a very weird demon. I have to tell you about him. They say he was so beautiful, that he looked almost divine. But the secret to his beauty was that every now and then, in the middle of battle, he would grab a passing soldier, slice off his head, and suck up all the blood from his gaping neck. That's what kept him so beautiful. Everywhere, as far as the eye could see, a god and a demon were locked in combat. Mahishasur stood back and he surveyed this battlefield. And he realized that although he hated Indra the most, strategically speaking, the first one of the gods to bring down was Vishnu. Vishnu, the preserver of the universe, because without Vishnu's support, the gods would fall apart. But taking Vishnu down was not going to be easy. And so, thinking on his feet, Mahishasur picked up his gigantic mace. This mace was the size of a small planet. Picked it up and he aimed it not at Vishnu, but at Vishnu's great golden eagle, the eagle that Vishnu was riding on. He aimed it at Vishnu's eagle and he smashed the eagle in the chest with it so hard that blood poured out of the eagle's eyes and he dropped out of the skies onto the earth below. Just as Mahishasur had figured, Vishnu immediately left the battlefield to run after the eagle to see if he was okay. And yes, he came back to the battlefield almost immediately, but as Mahishasur had anticipated, now he was distracted. He was no longer the calm, detached god able to assess the issues, the dangers around him. Now his mind was clouded with worry and with rage. He was ineffective. So Vishnu checked up on his eagle and then came rushing back into battle, and he shot a volley of 50,000 lethal arrows at the demons. But in his distractedness, he did not aim them properly, and Andhak easily blocked them. Vishnu's rage mounting, he then cast his discus, that lethal spinning wheel of destruction that flames like 1,000 suns. But Andhak cast his own wheel of darkness at it, and Vishnu's discus was tamed. Almost beside himself now with rage, Vishnu took his mace of power and flung it at the demon. Do you know, even the sound of throwing this mace was like the thunderclap of the apocalypse. But even that was just brushed aside. Vishnu's next weapon came out, his enchanted bow, and with it he shot a golden cloud of arrows on the enemies. They say that the sound of the bowstring alone being pulled can make the orbits quiver. But again, even this came to nothing. And just then, as Vishnu, completely preoccupied, was looking around for the next weapon to use, Mahishasur ran forward with his giant mace, his mace that was the size of a small planet, and hit the great god on the side of his head, so hard that Vishnu fell like a great tree struck by lightning.